So what is going on YouTube? This is Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 here, and today guys it is Tuesday, and I usually do not upload on Tuesday, but I've been gathering some amazing replays with the new pot card, Pot of Avidity. That card is the nut. That card is super broken, guys. It's so good. If you guys don't know what Pot of Avidity's effect is, that basically you target 3 of your banished monsters, I believe. So target 3 banished monsters, return it to the deck, and draw 1 card. And you know what? A lot of people were saying, "Oh my God, ritual beats are back." I was like, what other decks can abuse Pot of Avidity? And I was like, man, Malicious, Destiny Hero Malicious slash Teledad can abuse Mali so much, especially Pot of Avidity. It's absolutely insane. It's like you're playing 4 times burial from the different dimension in this deck. So you know what? I'm here to showcase you guys some amazing Teledad replays, guys. Teledads are back. Can you imagine using 5 Destiny Hero Malicious in just 1 turn? The amount of insane level 8 synchros that you can make with this deck is just absolutely phenomenal. So I am very excited to showcase you guys some of these replays. So without further ado, let's get started. And again, guys, shout outs to my boy Tenma. If you guys don't know who Tenma is one of my great friends that dedicates himself in, you know, showcasing amazing YGOPro replays. Me and him decided to build this deck together. So if you guys are interested in seeing this deck list, make sure you guys give this video 200 plus likes. I'm telling you guys right now, there's over 28,000 subscribers of you, and I'm pretty sure you guys can give this video 200 plus likes. Let's aim it, guys. It really means a lot to me. So without further ado, let's get started with this amazing YGOPro replay, guys. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so my hand consists of Plague Spreader, Twin Twister, Soul Charge, and another Plague Spreader zombie. And it doesn't really matter who I'm facing. I just want to showcase you guys the basic combos that you can do with this deck. So you know what? I'm gonna go Foolish Burial into the Greffer, you know, and I'm gonna go Soul Charge the Greffer, and I'm gonna activate Greffer's effect to ditch Mali and to ditch Plague Spreader to the graveyard. And this is gonna be the nut. So I go Mali and I go Plague Spreader. I go into Coral Dragon, and then I go into Beatrice. And Beatrice at this point is, I want to go into what is it, Daunting Pose. If you guys don't know what Daunting Pose does, this card is the nut. I don't know what kind of like brains that Konami had when they created this card, and they never thought about Psy-Frame Lord Omega. If you guys don't know the Daunting Pose slash Rise to Full Height combo with Omega, basically what you do is that you activate Omega's effect to try to remove himself from play, to banish a card in your opponent's hand, and you chain Rise to Full Heights in the graveyard, banish Rise to Full Heights, target Omega. Right? Omega will banish, Rise of Full Heights will resolve, so that means that your opponent basically does not have a battle phase, because the only monster that they can attack is Omega, and since Omega is no longer on the board, they cannot attack at all, so they basically lose the battle phase. And every standby phase, you basically bring back Rise of Full Heights to the graveyard and keep recycling with Psy-Frame Lord Omega, which is absolutely the nut. It's crazy, guys. So here, let me continue with the replay and I'm talking. So I go Plague Spreader, Omega, and that's pretty much it for my turn. And then I go Omega, you know, bring back the Plague Spreader, and Omega is gonna activate. You guys can see this combo already. So Omega is gonna activate. You know, Dante Bowles is gonna chain onto the activation. I banish a card, and now he has no battlefield. But it doesn't really matter anyways. He went into card D, so it doesn't really make a difference. He wasn't planning on attack, and I drew into Pot of Avidity. This card right here is the nut, guys. So target 3 banished monsters, shuffle all 3 into the deck, then draw 1 card. You can only activate 1 Pot of Avidity per turn. So this card is really good against you know, decks that you know revolve around the banish pile. So you'd be you know it's really good with Mali, and it can also return your opponent banish monsters as well, which is very nice. So I go Pot of Avidity. You guys can see already I Pot of Avidity back you know, the 2 D Hero Malicious and the Sue right back to the deck. So now I can use the Mali again. So I go Mali, he goes Maxi. I don't really care at this point if he Maxis me. It doesn't really matter if he just Maxis me. Who cares? Your opponent does not have a battle phase anyways. So I basically just go off with the basic combos you guys can already see. And I go to double Omega and Beatrice and a Void Ogre, and you know, just because of 1 card, Pot of Avidity, especially with Mali, is amazing. So in my personal opinion, guys, this card can be abused in Teledad. It's insane. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for the first replay. Let's go on to the next replay. Here it is, our next replay. So my hand is of course D Hero Malicious, Hand Destruction, Emergency Teleport, Daunting Pose, and a Pot of Avidity. And you guys can already tell by this hand is already phenomenal. So you guys can see by the shenanigans I do. So you know, I go with Hand Destruction, send Mali, and I drew into an Armageddon Knight, basically extending more of my combo plays, which is absolutely phenomenal, guys. So just watch this. So I go Mali brings out Mali, and I go and E-Tele to Prebon. Look at that, Teledad is back. I go Coral Dragon into Ultimate to Zokin, and Coral Dragon is really good because it's a level 6 Synchro Tuner Monster, which is absolutely phenomenal. And this card has a Bryonax effect, which is very, very good. And so I go into Coral Dragon Mally, and I go into Ultimate Zokin. And what I do is I'm gonna banish Mally, especially Mally, and I go into, you know, Flag Spreader, and I'm gonna set this card to trigger off Ultimaya at this point. And I go into Omega for my first. I go Pot of Avidity right there, recycle everything back into the deck, and I draw one card, and I drew into Call of the Haunted. So this is my opening board right now. And I also have Daunting Pose in the graveyard, which is absolutely phenomenal. And I go Crystal Wing to negate that, and then he sets, and then he pretty much scoops. Like, you can't really do anything. If you open up Cypher Lord Omega, which is a Daunting Pose, especially with Pot of Avidity, your opponent just scoops, like, legit, because they do not have battle phase, and the only thing that can stop this combo is either the Herald of Perfection or a Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon if your opponent has that on board to stop the Omega with the Daunting Pose loop, which is crazy. So that's pretty much it for replay number 2 of me abusing Pot of Avidity. Let's go out to replay number 3. Here it is, replay number 3. So the hand that opened up is Allure of Darkness, Mass Change, Armageddon Knight, Jewels of the Valiant, and a Flag Spreader Zombie. This card is super underrated, guys. Shout outs to my boy Tenma. Tenma comes up with the craziest ideas, and he just gives it to me, legit. And if exactly one monster is banished from your graveyard and no other cards are banished at the same time, except during the damage step, you can send from your deck to the graveyard one monster that has a different attribute from that banished monster. So basically, if you have Jewels of the Valley on the field, you banished, what is it called, Destiny Hero Malicious to the graveyard to activate Malicious effect. What happens at this point is that Jewels of the Valley is going to activate, and you're able to dump Mizuki to the graveyard. So any attribute but a dark, you get to dump to the graveyard. And if you have Mizuki, vice versa, you banish Mizuki while with Jewels of the Valley is on the board, you can dump a free Mally or a free Flag Spreader to the grave. So this card is basically like a cool Foolish Burial, another Foolish Burial in the deck, which is phenomenal. So I'm playing against a super heavy Samurai. He just sets one card and ends his turn. And now I open up Foolish Burial, so I go into Jewels of the Valley, summon Armageddon Knight, send Mally. Mally activates to special summon, of course, Malicious. Jewel of the Valley sends Mizuki. I go into I go into Allure of Darkness, banishing my Flag Spreader, drawing to the Shenanigan, drawing to the Avidity, which is crazy. So I go into a Mass Change into Dark Law, and I go into another Mally again. I go Mizuki into Unizombie. Crazy, guys, this is insane. So I go, you know, Unizombie, target my Dark Law, because I wasn't planning to XYZ the Dark Law or anything. I want to keep Dark Law on the board as much as possible, and you guys can already see by the amazing shenanigans that I already have with this board. So I, you know, just return back all of my banished cards and goes, and I just attempt to activate Omega, and he just automatically scoops from there. So this board is already crazy. So you have double Omega, and of course a Mass Hero Dark Law, just because of Pot of Avidity. Let's go on to the next replay, guys. So let's go on to the next replay. So the hand that I have is, of course, Mizuki, Soul Charge, Destiny Hero Malicious, Pot of Avidity, and of course the Krebons. And I believe he's gonna go first. And yeah, he's playing some kind of gimmick. No, I'm going first. So this hand isn't really too great if you're going first. So I just decided to set the Mizuki and pretty much just end my turn. So he's playing some sort of Power Tool Dragon deck, which is pretty unique. So you go Power Tool Dragon, you know, and he goes Gravity Blaster, and he does, you know, Big Bang Shot, and he just attacks me and inflicts 2300 to my face, which is pretty cool. And then I open up Jewels of the Valley. This card would have been so good if it actually resolved, but you know, he actually to resolve that. I go to Krebons into Soul Charge, and I go this into Coral Dragon. Coral Dragon's actually ditched the Mally, and I'm gonna bring back the Mally again. I synchro to Ultimaya. Coral Dragon draws a card. And I decided to just set the Pot of Avidity just for next turn. And he's Galaxy Cyclone this, I took into Crystal Wing, destroying that. So that's pretty much it. Let's go up to the next. What did I draw? I drew into Avidity again, so this is the nut. So I go on Mally, and I go into Avidity, you know, bring back the Mallies to my deck, recycle the Mallies, then I go into, you know, Summoner Monk, ditch Armageddon Knight. Armageddon Knight sends Flag Spreader, Light Sworn is gonna act, Minerva is gonna summon. I'm gonna go into Omega again. Light Sworn is going to try to attempt to mill 3, and of course he automatically just scoops. Alright guys, so here it is, the next replay. So the hand that opened up is of course Dark Grepher. Dark Grepher is really good in this deck. Mass Change, Unizombie, Daunting Pose, and a Flag Spreader Zombie. So he's going to be going second, I believe. I'm going first. So I summon Dark Grepher, send Plague, ditch Mally, and this hand is already very good. So I go into Coral Dragon, into Ultimate Zokin. I draw one card, and I drew into, of course, Daunting Pose, because I, you know, top decked it. And I go into Dark Law, very standard play with this deck already. So, you know, he sets some cards, and he pretty much ends his turn. I go into Allure of Darkness, I normal summon Unizombie. He decides to Regeki Break. I'm pretty glad, yeah, so he does the Regeki Break. I, you know, set the card into Ultimaya, and guys, look what I drew. I am, like, with my luck, look at that, I drew into Pot of Avidity off the Allure of Darkness. I drew into Summoner Monk and Pot of Avidity, which is insane. So I basically shuffle back the Mallies in the deck. I go into Jewels and Valiant. Valiant's gonna activate Ditch the Mizuki. I go into Utopia Beyond. At this point, like, I just really wanted to go style points. Like, I really didn't really care if Dark Law was on the board. Dark Law is a really good first turn board, but, you know, I needed space to do more of my combos and shenanigans. So I basically just go up into Omega, and I already have a Daunting Pose right here. And you guys already know the Daunting Pose and Omega combo. So I just put back my Mizuki, and he goes to the Lone Fire. And this chain was so wrong, guys. What I tried to do was I should have activated Daunting Pose first, then activate Omega. But you know what? It doesn't really matter. I targeted my Void Ogre anyways. So he couldn't attack anything else but the Void Ogre. Pretty nice. So he has a 3000 thing, and Void Ogre is gonna defense becomes 0 because of the Daunting Pose. So I don't know why at this point I decided to set the Plague Spreader. It was a very wrong move. I should have normal summoned the Plague Spreader. It was Wand of Thorns. I'm gonna negate with Void Ogre Dragon, which is the nut. Void Ogre is so good. And he's just gonna attack the 3000 in face. And at this point, see, if I had my Plague Spreader faced up, I could have synchro summoned into another Omega. But you know what? Me being a noob, I did not realize that, and I was so stupid to set the Plague Spreader zombie. So I go in, you know, Daunting Pose again with the Omega combo. Really basic shenanigan combos. We have no battle phase. Like, whoever made Daunting Pose, like, Omega is just so good. And that's pretty much it for this replay. Let's go off into our very and last final replay, guys. Our very last and final replay, I believe this is the 5th replay or so, and the hand that opened up is, of course, Sage, Shiryu Sage, Hand Destruction, Dark Arm Dragon, Plague Spreader Zombie, and a Daunting Pose. And you guys all know what Sage is. Sage is a 1-turn Omega, and with the Daunting Pose, no battle phase, guys. So just watch this. This is probably like one of the best replays that I actually ever had. So I go into Sage. Sage's gonna activate, bring out Yugioh Zombie. Yugioh Zombie's gonna activate its effect as well. Send Mizuki, you know, like, Sage is a 1-card Omega. You guys can see. I go Hand Destruction, and that's pretty much it for my turn. I didn't really have to wear anything because I do have the Daunting Pose in the grave. Like, I didn't really care at this point. So I go Daunting Pose, change onto the Omega. Omega banishes the card, and he's gonna go into that. I don't know why he didn't go into Last Tricks or Force Tricks. So I go Allure of Darkness. I drew into Pot of Avidity. I drew into Mali, which is amazing. So I activate this, send Mali to the graveyard, and then I activate it again to make this card level 5 so he can't overlay next turn. So Mizuki is gonna activate Plague Spreader, synchro into Omega. Mali's gonna activate again. Oh my god, mass changes on Dark Law. Avidity is gonna activate, shuffle everything back into the deck, and go into Jewels. And that's pretty much it. I decided to crash Yugioh Zombie so I can have more space. So Jewel's gonna activate. You know, Plague Spreader's gonna activate. I'm gonna bring out Void Ogre, top decking the Dark Arm Dragon, of course. So now I can negate anything that my opponent tries to do that activates, that revolves around a spawn trap. So Void Ogre is gonna definitely negate that. No problem with that. Daunting Pose is gonna, you know, target this. Look at all these chain links, guys. Now he can't even enter a battle phase. He's gonna summon this, goes to the Force Tricks finally. I don't know why he didn't do that last turn. Dark Law is gonna banish that because, you know, he adds this from his deck to your hand. I drew the Dark Arm Dragon, very standard. Now I'm gonna enter the battle phase. I'm gonna activate an Icarus attack to target both of my Void Ogre and Dark Law. And you guys are probably wondering, Sam, how come you didn't negate the Void Ogre? Void Ogre requirement is that you have to have no cards in hand. So, you know, banish a lot of stuff, especially in Dark Arm Dragon. This is like, you know, Teledad now. It's insane. So now let's go off, and I believe, yeah, Omega is just too good with Daunting Pose. It's just amazing. And, you know, opponent loses the card every single turn. And this deck is super consistent, guys. It's insane. So I go until you banish that. He has no battle phase now, end phase. And at this point, I still have to grind it through because he does have Raid Raptor readiness in the graveyard. So he banish basically anything to make the damage this turn go to 0. I don't know why he did not banish it in the beginning. Because he had no Raid Raptors in the graveyard. That's why. So I go and, you know, recycle back the Hunting Pose, and, you know, do the shenanigans all over again, which is pretty phenomenal. So now, you know, Tribulate is going to put at the defensive, but that doesn't really matter because he doesn't even have his battle phase. I drew into Avidity. It gets crazy. So good. You guys can already see by the amount of abusage that I'm using off of the lead. So I go into Beyond. Beyond is gonna, yeah, Dark Arm Dragon is gonna pop that. And now, you know, Readiness is still in the grave, so I can't really do anything. Daunting Pose again, Void Ogre again, you know, fueling my graveyard so I can have a lot of pops of Dark Arm Dragon. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this replay. Let me know what you guys think about Daunting Pose and, you know, Omega, and especially Pot of Avidity abusing with Destiny or Malicious. Teledad can abuse, you know, 5 Mallies in just 1 turn. Is absolutely phenomenal. Let me know what you guys think about this replay. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys give this video a huge thumbs up. If you guys want to see more YGOPro crazy replays like this, make sure you guys give this video 200 plus likes. And by the way, guys, shout out to my boy Tenma again. And also, guys, for those of you who are interested in purchasing a Team Samurai playmat or interested in customizing your own playmat, make sure you guys check out my Facebook page, www.facebook.com/TeamSamuraiX1, and make sure you guys give that page a thumbs up. That'll be absolutely amazing. Get that page to 1,000 likes, and you know what? That's where you guys can communicate with me one-on-one. I always respond to all my messages, so you guys can ask anybody. If you guys message me on my fan page, I'm always going to respond to you guys. And that's pretty much it for this video. 200 plus likes for the deck profile of this deck, guys. You guys can do it. And we're almost at 30,000 subscribers, guys. Let's get it, let's go. And this is Sam from Team Samurai. Sam signing out. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. And tomorrow is Wednesday. So stay tuned for a pack opening Wednesdays, every single Wednesdays from now on. And this is Sam from Team Samurai. Sam signing out. Alright, guys. Have a wonderful Tuesday. And yeah, peace!